Kisumu.
Leaders across the country have continued to pour in their tributes following the passing on of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, a man hailed as the father of modern democracy and a towering statesman.
From former President Uhuru Kenyatta to Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, KANU leader Gideon Moi and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, messages of condolence have captured the life of a leader whose courage, sacrifice and love for country reshaped Kenya's political history.
Our reporter Haman Kamariki now takes us through the nation's heartfelt farewell to Baba.
And that for this country to come together, leaders must come together.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta described Raila Odinga as more than a political colleague, a friend, a brother, and a defining part of his own journey. He said Raila's legacy was written not just in the battles he fought, but in the peace he built. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi called Raila Odinga the preeminent statesman of Kenya, a man who sacrificed personal ambition for the nation and redefined unity when the country was at a crossroad. Former Baringo Senator and KANU leader Gideon Moi described him as the most consequential political figure of our time, noting his selflessness, conviction and pragmatic leadership that always placed the nation above self. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, who twice served as Raila's running mate, eulogized him as a force of nature, the president who won but was never declared. He said Kenya and Africa had lost a true liberator whose body bore the scars of Kenya's struggle for democracy. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua joined in the morning, describing Raila Odinga as the father of democracy and a hero of Kenya's second liberation, whose resilience, intellect and courage will be remembered for generations. Chief Justice Martha Koome hailed Raila Odinga as a statesman celebrated both home and abroad and a defender of women's rights and judicial independence. Former Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu called him a patriot who fought tirelessly for the country's freedom and equality.
I don't see any other person really who equals Raila Odinga, and I mourn him like every other Kenyan is mourning him, and we pray God to rest his soul in eternal peace.
The KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli named Raila as the father of peace, saying he spoke to him just before he traveled for treatment.
All of us as Kenyans, we knew he would go for treatment, particularly me who knew he was going to go for treatment and come back alive. His death should unify Kenya, should bring Kenya together.
Governors across the country have also mourned Raila Odinga.
Honorable Raila was a father figure and a mentor to many. He dared to dream of a better Kenya and took risks to enable all of us to have a taste of its prosperity.
We must also remember that at critical times, when this country needed a voice that was sober, he stepped in to give us peace.
As a country, indeed, we have lost. But this is a time for us to come together and mourn this great man.
From Kogelo, Bondo to Nairobi and across the continent, tributes continue to pour in for a man whose name will forever be intertwined with Kenya's democratic journey. Haman Kamariki, KTN.
Still on the tributes, international leaders and dignitaries